It's Beer O'Clock, and it's the Beer O'Clock show, flavour of the month, where every month or so we get a selected beer from the Little Leeds Beer House all the way up in Leeds, and we review it. My name is Mark, hello, and joining me, as always, is my beer buddy Steve. Hello, Steve.
Hi, Mark, you're back.
I'm back. Ooh, that was a short retirement.
That was, yeah, we're putting the band back together.
Just for one of those... when they do the shows like at the holiday camps, the retired bands, and they come around and they do one show a summer. Yeah, it's kind of like that.
Squeeze the royalties out of it one last time.
Indeedy. So this is Flavour of the Month. As I said, Little Leeds Beer House select a beer for us to have a look at every month, and we spend about 10-15 minutes looking at it. So this month's beer is a beer that I've seen doing the rounds, mainly because the artwork is absolutely fantastic, as always from this crew. It is one of the latest beers from Beavertown. It is the Lupuloid IPA. And as I said, that can artwork is glorious.
It's stunning, isn't it? Doesn't it
Purple
just
and green and pink and
stand out on the shelves? I think if there was ever going to be an award for can design of the year, this one's probably going to take it. To be honest with you, it's absolutely stunning. In a marketplace that's becoming ever more crowded. You need to make your product stand out, and this certainly does that.
I mean, normally it's not surprising to see really great artwork on cans, but the fact that it's also got the purple top on it with the green ring pull is a great little touch, and it looks really juicy just by looking at it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Some kind of hot monster is destroying an alien planet with spacemen on it. Why not?
I would guess if there's a hot monster on the can, not going to be your preferred style of beer, mate.
Well, I think the three letters on the bottom row of the label would kind of say it's not my preferred.
Possibly give it away, yeah.
You know, I'm always, as you know, Steve, I'm always up for something, always up to try stuff. But anyway.
Yeah. You can just cite it as one of the many reasons why you left, mate.
Right, let's get into this beer then, buddy.
Okay, I've got mine in the glass. Lovely light golden colour on it. Beautiful white frothy head in there as well. Nice
clarity on that colour as well. It goes all the way through. Very, very, very light carbonation.
Yep. Juicy as anything on the nose.
It's kind of lemon meringue on the nose.
Yeah, there's some mango in there.
Mm-hmm.
Pineapple, grapefruit, all those big tropical flavours going on in there.
That smells proper juicy.
I mean, it smells inviting, doesn't it? Should we dig in, mate?
Let's dig in. Cheers, pal.
Cheers, mate. Oh, that's easy, isn't it? That just washes over the mouth and leaving hardly any. There's a trace of bitterness on the finish there.
On the really right at the end.
Yeah,
it's lovely and light and soft coming over, and no hint of maltiness at all. It's just a real lightness, and then you're getting the faint fruits coming through, and then as it starts to dry off, you're getting the bitterness coming in, and just residing there at the back of the palate.
Yeah, I mean, so drinkable, 6.7%. That's dangerously drinkable.
Oh yes,
at that ABV. Now, for those that don't know, Beavertown haven't entered into the IPA game without first doing a lot of background research and work behind it. Lupoloid is the result of, I think it's 10 variations of IPAs that they've released over the last year that have all had different hops and malt bills, different ABVs, different recipes. And they've asked for public feedback along that process as well. So what they've done is they've ended up producing the first IPA for their core range, because this now sits in their core range.
Okay.
But that's as a result of 10 previous versions of this that went before it. So they wanted to make sure that what they put into this wonderful little can was exactly what people wanted to be drinking.
So what are the names of some of the IPAs they've put out over the last year? Because I didn't realise that that's what they were doing. I thought they have always had an IPA somewhere in the range.
I can't remember any of them off the top of my head, but they all had army ranks.
Okay.
and then different names related to hops.
Were they coming in cans, or were they just put out on?
No, they
Keg?
were put out kegs,
Okay.
and they each came with like a top trumps card
Right.
that explained what the malt bill was and everything. Actually, I found one of the cards. I
Okay.
remembered I got one and I had it stashed away. So it was the Beavertown Invasion of the Lupoloids IPA series. The one that I tried was Test Pilot Answer. So that was a 6.5% IPA. Bittering hops were Chinook and Bravo. It has the yeast strain on there and all the all the malts that were used as well. Plus, it includes the hops that were used in the actual brew, which was Citra, Motueka, and Enigma. So all the detail was on these little cards. And like I say, there were 10 of these. And then what they did, they just basically took all the public feedback, decided on what would be the best beer, and as a result of that, you get your Lupoloid IPA.
Well, it's a nice way of going around it, that's for sure, because this is a really nicely balanced beer, this. For an IPA, I mean, like we were saying just before, it's far too easy, even at 6.5%,
Yeah.
which is quite light on the IPA scales these days, on the crafty ones anyway.
Yeah, and to be fair, I've got to say it has split opinion a little bit on Twitter for sure. There's a lot of people saying that it doesn't stand up to Gamma and that Gamma Ray's still a better beer than this, and there's a lot of people saying, oh hell no, this is like Gamma Ray's big brother. I mean, I think it's a great beer. I think it sits very well in the Beavertown range. I think it's probably, a lot of people would agree, it's what they were missing from their core range, was a standard run-of-the-mill IPA. Not that this is run-of-the-mill in any sense. But, yeah, I mean, it's just incredibly drinkable.
Yeah, I mean, it's run of the mill in the sense that it's not trying to be anything other than a nice, solid, golden coloured IPA.
Yeah.
I would say that Gamma Ray maybe punches, far higher above its weight than this does. Gamma Ray can be, if you get a fresh Gamma Ray, it is quite punchy. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because you're opening a can of pale and you're expecting something, and Gamma can knock your socks off if you get it at the right time.
And
Whereas,
a lot of people, rightly so, mistake Gamma for being an IPA as well. Because of the flavour profile that you get off of it.
yeah, I mean, some of the people I know that aren't craft heads like we know, people like that I work with, for example, they will get a pint of Gamma Ray and think they're being, mad lads, because they're thinking this pint of this really strong beer. It's only Gamma Ray, but this is it's quite a heavy beer once you start chugging it like we are.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, I've got to say I've had this a few times now, unsurprisingly. Doesn't do well when it starts to warm up. That's the one thing for me. It starts to get a bit thick and sticky when it starts to warm up. So at the moment, I'm finding drink this properly cold. But yeah, I mean, you know that they might tinker around with it. We might see different versions of it. Who knows? But this, great entry into the Beavertown core range.
Cool. So I'm assuming this has gone out in keg. It's gone out obviously in can.
Absolutely, yeah. It's out there. I mean, you're gonna do well to not find this beer. I spent a lot of time chatting with Rich and Bryony up at Little Leeds about which beer we were going to feature this month. Because there were 3 or 4 on the table, and in the end we settled on the fact that this was a bit of a no-brainer to do this because everybody's talking about it. Yeah. People that aren't talking about having drunk it are talking about wanting to drink it. It's available everywhere, so you guys should be able to get your hands on a can of this, have a drink of it, and obviously let us know what you think of it.
Yeah, I mean, even my local craft shop that. They took me walking in to tell them to get Cloudwater Dipper in, and they didn't know who Cloudwater were.
And they call themselves a craft shop.
They're only new in their defence.
It doesn't matter.
But even they had this in stock on the weekend.
Yeah.
So it's everywhere. All right, well, let's wrap this up then, buddy.
All right, mate.
It's been a pleasure coming back and doing Flavour of the Month with you. I'm looking forward to it.
It's been fun to chat to you again and to drink beer with you again,
I
mate.
miss your little face.
Ah.
I miss all my fans. Hello, fans. Hello. But be sure to check out the main show feed. Steve's got his opinions. There you go. I didn't even call it opinions. His opinion shows. Almost, you've done 2 episodes apart from your pilot now. The
We have, yep.
002 and episode 1 of the Irish Beer Report came out last week.
Yes, yeah. So
Yes,
building a podcasting empire, mate.
And you'll be hearing my lovely little voice next month on the next Flavour of the Month. So until then, Stevie.
It's been the highlight of my month, mate.
Mine. Cheers. Bye bye.